Hi guys, welcome to our lesson number 7. I hope that you're having a great day today, and sorry because I'm not showing my face today, but my camera is not working, so sorry for that. Anyways, today we are going to take unit 4, which is called encounters. But before we take today's class, I'm going to share with you some comments on your quiz number 1 that you had last week. So here I have this sentence. She not work today because she's on holiday. As you remember, in this sentence, you had to complete using the present simple, present continuous, or past simple. In this case, the correct answer is she is not working. However, most of you answered doesn't work. She doesn't work today. The main difference between these two sentences is that when we are talking about is not working today, we are saying that only today she's not working. But when we use doesn't work, we are saying that this is a permanent situation. That's the main difference between she isn't working today. The best answer here is she isn't working today because she's on holiday. Besides, here we have another sentence. This is from the item reorder these sentences. Most of you answered this question in this way. There is menu with a lot of good vegetarian dishes. And here we have the mistakes in the underlined words, menu and a lot of. When we are talking about a lot of, this is the correct way to use a lot of. But we also use lots of. In this case, we don't use a, we don't say a lots of, because this is plural. And when we use plurals, we don't use a or an. So the correct answer here was there is a menu with lots of good vegetarian dishes. In case you have further questions or doubts regarding your quiz number 1, please let me know. And now we're going to moving on to today's topic. So today we're going to check these 3 contents. First, we're going to check getting a taxi, then linking words, and finally telling stories. First, I have a question for you. How do you get to work or to university? For example, here we have Omar Simpson, who is trying to get a taxi, right? In Unit 4, you can check some vocabulary related to taxi here. This is a video, so please check it. Now we're going to check getting a taxi. Now we're going to read a conversation. Here we have a conversation between a passenger and a taxi driver. Here we have, hello, I like to go to La Moneda. How much is it? At this time of the day, it's about $5 to $8. Okay, fine. How long it will take? In this traffic, it should take about 20 minutes. Thanks. 3 hours later, here we are, La Moneda. That's $6. Okay, can I have the receipt, please? Sure, thanks, bye-bye. Now you can read this conversation on your own, and then you have to underline the information you think is useful to get a taxi. For example, in the first part, we have, hello, I like to go to La Moneda. How much is it? In this case, personally, I think that how much is it is useful. So you have to do the same in this case. After you do that, try to answer this question. Do you have a taxi story? Maybe a funny story or a horrible story, something that happened to you in the past when you were on a taxi. Because now we're going to read a story from a person. But before we read it, I have these words for you. What are these words? Later, then, during, after, when. What comes to your mind when you see these words? Take a minute and try to come up with an answer. In case you don't know, these words are called linking words. And linking words help us to connect our ideas and sentences in a proper way. Here I have some examples using these words. Here we have, a few minutes later, he called me to say I love you. I work a lot during the day. He was sad when he heard the news. He waited for her and then went into the house. We went for a walk after breakfast. So try to take a look at these sentences. Now we're going to read a taxi story. The first time you have to read it completely. And the second time you have to complete the story using after, later, during, then, and when. So here we have our taxi story. This is from Marina from New York. She writes, a cab driver made my wedding day last summer very special. So first read it and then try to complete the story using the linking words. Remember that at the end of the PowerPoint, you will find the answers for this exercise. After you complete this story, I have these questions for you. So try to take a look at the story again. And what tenses are used in this story? And what about this sentence? I was waiting. Try to answer these questions because the following classes you are going to check this with Miss Tania, and also next week we are going to practice a little bit about this. And in Unit 4, here we have this exercise, time to practice vocabulary. You will find some exercises so you can practice. And also, here we have our software. And I recommend you to practice getting a taxi 1, 2, and 3, and linking a story 1 and 2. Remember that in case you cannot work in the software in your computer, you can meet me during the slot 5-6, and we can practice and we can do the exercises from the software. So in case you have any questions, comments, please contact me. I hope that you have a great week and see you next Tuesday. Bye.